So I'm just going to show you a few different ways that you can snap a glass ampule. I never understood the people who couldn't snap ampules, but as I've gone through my time in education and in practice, I've noticed there's a fair few people we're not getting exposed to the glass ampules like we used to. Everything seems to be coming in our plastic sort of ampules, but if we look at the glass ampule that the adrenaline comes in particular, so this is adrenaline epinephrine 1 to 1000. So this is what we use in our practice here. In your likely event that we have an anaphylaxis reaction to either latex or the local anaesthetic we've administered, or any other drug really, and if it's something we need to do to counteract the anaphylaxis while we're waiting for help. So I'm just going to show you, before we get on to the administration of adrenaline, I just want to show you a couple of ways we can snap this ampule. So the important thing to remember is, no matter how you're going to snap the ampule, we do the same checks. So we're going to check that it is what we need it to be. So in this case it's 1 ml of adrenaline epinephrine, 1 to 1000 solution for injection, and it's suitable for subcutaneous or intramuscular. And then there's a little caveat there, it says you can use it IV after dilution. So 1 to 1000 is quite strong makeup, so it need to be diluted before we can inject this IV. So the important thing to remember with this is we need to make sure the liquid is all out of the top. So we need to snap the ampule, so 1 ml is very little solution. So I don't know if you can see with this ampule, it's been on its side, and oftentimes they're in boxes on their side. We need to give that a flick with our thumb. And you can see the liquid move and drop into the main body of the ampule. That liquid needs to be there and stay there when you're snapping. So there's 3 ways we can snap this that we have access to. The first one is a snap it device. So this is a snap it device. And what we're doing is there's a blue spot on all the ampules, and that's the weak point in the neck, and that's how we snap away. We're going to introduce it. This device is really easy. The spot corresponds with the spot. You push. And then all I do is I hold up my thumb and finger. I make sure I don't drop it on its side, because I need to keep the liquid in the bottom part of the ampule, and we snap. So that's ready for use. It's no sharp edges, and the sharp lid is in the top, and all we do is we stand and push. And that disposes of it. So that's a useful way of doing it, but I appreciate that everyone has access to this equipment, so we'll try a different one now. Next one is, this is the safe snap. So this is a little device that's quite cheap and easy, ready and available. Again, so we take our ampule, the liquid is in the lid, so we need to make sure the top is clear, so all our liquid is down the bottom. The temptation with this in particular model is you lie this flat again, and you'll see a lot of times the liquid drip out once you've snapped it. So keep it at an angle so all the liquid stays in the bottom. We position the lid as required. The blue spot is out facing us, and that's fine. We just hold it position. Close the lid first, close the body second, holding it between thumb and finger, snap. So now this time we open the bottom of it, should be, there's an ampule with the lid snapped off. And then again, we open the top, we have the sharp, they can be disposed of nice and neatly. The third option we have is just to snap it with our fingers. So remember, we're always checking again what it is, and it is what we need it to be. We're tapping all the liquid out. Now this one's a slightly different model, so the whole neck is blue, so we don't have to position it any particular way. We hold our thumb and fingers, and then a sharp snap. And it takes the glass lid away. We have that now available for use, and we just dispose of it. So it's really back down to what equipment you have available and your personal preference. So the one thing to remember is that these are reusable medical devices, so before I use these I wipe them down with a wipe, and you need to do the same between each use. But other than that, it's the safest way that you feel appropriate.